Hello everybody and welcome to Trentino for the 5th and final round of the FIM Women's Motocross World Championship. We are at the round of Trentino and it's going to be an exciting end or finale to this championship. Nancy van der Ven arrives here with the championship leader's red plate for the first time this year, and she is just 4 points clear of Courtney Duncan. Larissa Papenmeier is just 2 points further back. And then Chiara Fontanesi, she's fourth. She's only 10 points off the lead. So are we going to have another 2017 end of season round for the women, of course? That one at Villars-sous-Écot. When it was muddy, we've had a lot of rain here, though, but the track in perfect condition. There's just one straight that's a little bit waterlogged, and that is just past zone 2, sector 2, where it loops back on itself. That's turn 12, so that's right at the top of your screen now. But 1,550 meters long. Over on the left-hand side, we're up and down dale. And over on the right-hand side, so we're in a shallow valley here. It's a very tight, compact racetrack. The last time we were here was 2 years ago. Larissa Papenmeier was victorious with a first and a third. Duncan was second with a sixth and a first. Fontanesi third with a fourth and a second. Van der Ven and Verstappen rounded out the top 5. Courtney Duncan, though, goes to the line on pole for this final round on the DRT Kawasaki. She was 3/10 quicker than Chiara Fontanesi. She put that in right on the final lap as well. Van der Ven for Guidinelli Racing Yamaha goes to the line third. She was 3/10 behind Fontanesi. Then we've got Papenmeier and Sarah Anderson, then Lynn Volk, Shana van der Blist and Borches, Jamie Estudillo, United States, Malu Jacobsen and Talia Jane O'Hare. So TJ going to the line 11th, ahead of Frankie Nocera and Sandra Keller. The girls were just out on their sighting lap a few moments ago, and they are now back, but Courtney Duncan led them out because she was fastest in time practice, followed by the number 8 of Chiara Fontanesi. Lap times, incidentally, were 1:51.203 for Duncan, 51.570. Fontanesi, 51.948. Van der Ven, and then a 53.142 for Papenmeier. Anderson was 5th, also in the 53s. They see Lynn Volk, the 172 there in yellow. So let's go from the center where the podium is, just across the right. They see the number 1, the number 85. Wow, so first and second starting next to each other. There is your championship leader, the Guidinelli Racing Yamaha rider, Nancy van der Ven of the Netherlands. Number 8, Chiara Fontanesi. 3-time winner here, 2012, 14 and 17. And she would love to round out the season with at least an overall win here, as would that girl there, Courtney Duncan, the DRT Kawasaki rider, lost valuable points when she crashed in Mantova, broke the handlebars, couldn't even rejoin the race. So to say that she's only 4 points off the lead is quite miraculous in such a short season. There is Larissa Papenmeier, Yamaha Racing 423. Again, only 6 points off the lead at the moment, so 10 points separating the first 4 riders. Nancy van der Ven, Courtney Duncan, Larissa Papenmeier and Chiara Fontanesi. Lynn Volk is in 5th, Lena Dam is in 6th. The Fly Racing 15-second board up for the first time of 2 today. 20 minutes plus 2 laps. Who will it be that grabs that whole shot, and who will it be that picks up the 25 points? Will Van der Ven still be leading the series after this first race? Who knows? The 5-second board has turned. Let's get ready to go racing. 20 plus 2. And the gate drops. Good clean drop there for Duncan, but then she gets caught by Van der Ven. She was a little bit off balance, the number 1, as she went into the first 10 or 15 meters. Oh, and there's carnage through there as well, and Van der Ven is down. Well, we said it would be dramatic. Here's number 1, Duncan. She goes through the second corner. But who is it that leads the way? It's the, well, it was Larissa Papenmeier, but the Suzuki leading the way now. Oh, no, Papenmeier's already gone. So Fontanesi, Van der Ven, Duncan, all going down on the first couple hundred meters, and Papenmeier is leading the way. And she was 3rd in the championship. So no matter what happens at the end of the first lap, she is going to be leading the series once again. But we'll see a replay of the start as and when. But Borches in 2nd, Fiona Hopper is 3rd. Volk, in fact, has found a way through. There is Lynn Volk, the 172 on the JK Racing Yamaha. Then Fiona Hopper just behind them. Or is it Astudillo now, actually? Anyway, Borchers there in second on the Suzuki. Then Lynn Volk, our race leader, already at the bottom of the next hill. Larissa Papenmeier. Van der Ven down in 27th. Duncan up to 20th. Fontanesi is in 28th place at the first split. So 3 of the 4 favourites go down. Watch this here. Here's a replay of the start. Duncan got a good jump initially, number 1, but then she just got off balance and then tagged Van der Ven, and then she went down hard. And then in turn 2, watch this, Van der Ven just gets into the back of Anderson, I think it was, picks herself up. Fontanesi's in there as well, just on the inside, and Fontanesi's been off again because she has lost a lot of time. Yeah, Anderson it was, I think. The 3.25. Anyway, over the line, Papenmeier already through. And Larissa Papenmeier has a 6.2 second advantage over Ann Borchers. Lynn Volk is third, Jamie Astudillo is fourth, Sandra Keller is fifth on the TBS Conversions KTM. 6 is Nochera, 7 TJ O'Hare, 8 Fiona Hopper, 9 Elena Capsamer, then Camille Viau, Virginia Gamont, Duncan up to 13th after that fall on the start straight. Then we've got Elisa Galvano, Desiree Agosti, Georgia Blasai. Where is Anderson? She's 18th, Van der Ven 19th, and Fontanesi 24th place for the Italian. Wow, what an explosive start to the penultimate race of the season for WMX. Here is Larissa Papenmeier, and Duncan doubling uphill. Not too many girls getting over there either. Mission to get to the front as soon as possible. Try and pick up as many points as possible. There is your number 1, the DRT Kawasaki, Courtney Duncan, up out of the seat. She's quite a few seconds behind Borchers and Volk here. 19.9 off the lead when she went through at the end of that first lap. Borchers in second. She's 9th in the championship. Best result so far this year is 3 9th place finishes. But Lynn Volk, who arrives here 5th in the championship, she stays 5th in the championship on that JK Racing Yamaha, closest towards us now, the second rider in shot. She has finished inside the top 3 on one occasion this year. That was the opening round. That's a double at the top of the hill. Not too many girls getting over that either, but she's going to lunge down the inside. Borchers keeps her at bay. Duncan Knapp in the 9th place, just looking at the live timing and scoring. Keep an eye on lap times. Already up to 8th as well, as Papenmeier disappears off into the distance. She's 9.5 seconds clear of these two in second and third. Borchers and Volk, Germans lead first and second. Oh, and a mistake there from Ann Borchers, just as she comes in to land on that Suzuki. Volk will be looking to find a way through down the inside as she can, and an easy pass through in the end for the rider from the Netherlands. Borchers now third, Astudillo 4th, Van der Vlis 5, Keller 6th, Duncan is in 7th position, charging through. Fontanesi 17th place at the moment. Where is 85 Van der Ven? She's in 15th position. And here is Duncan, getting up over that step. Just behind, I think, Fiona Hopper. Well, this is going to be a gutsy performance no matter what, as Duncan goes past the number 90 of Sandra Keller. That puts her up in the 6th position. 2 girls ahead of her there as she heads uphill. Quick pull of the tear off. Dropping downhill behind Shana Van der Vlis, the rider immediately in front of her, but then Van der Vlis nips to the inside. There's 2 girls. Jamie Astudillo, the American, having their own battle here as Duncan goes past the American and into 5th place. Papenmeier leads the championship at the moment. Duncan still second. The gap between Van der Ven and Duncan was 4 points. The gap between Papenmeier and Duncan is currently 11 points. Sorry, 9 points. Long look over at the pit board there. Keep an eye on Van der Ven, 85. She's currently up into 12th place. Fontanesi up into 16th place. Duncan over the line in 5th. She's got Shana van der Vlis, the little KTM rider, just ahead of her from the Netherlands there, number 188. Jamie Astudillo there. There is Nancy van der Ven. She led the championship. She's down to 3rd at the moment, just 2 points behind Duncan. Well, didn't we mention 2017 and the drama that that final round had? The top 3-4 girls finishing within like 1 or 2 points of each other at Pays de Montbéliard, Villars-sous-Écou. Fontanesi won it by a point. Duncan was just 2 points off the lead, and then Van der Ven just 2 points off the lead as well. So Van der Ven looking to pick off another position here, if she can. Just behind Virginie Gamond, so up into 11th place is the number 85. The Guidanelli Racing Yamaha rider. She looks to go to the outside. So round the outside, picking up another position up into 10th place then for Van der Ven. And then at the bottom of the hill, looking to go past Elena Kapsema, and easily in the top left-hander. Where is Fontanesi? There's Anderson. So Anderson was involved in turn 2 with Van der Ven and Fontanesi. Fontanesi up to 12th place now. Duncan up to 3rd. So she's found her way past Van der Vlis and Borges. And sets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:54.9. And she's 12 seconds down on Lynn Volk. 2 seconds a lap quicker, 11.5 minutes plus 2 laps to go. Can she get herself into 2nd? Yes or no? She's 3 points down on Papenmeier, who has taken over the championship lead. Fontanesi high up on the bank there. She hits the line now, comes into land on the number 8 machine. She is into 12th place. Larissa Papenmeier, meanwhile, she's 13 seconds clear on the Yamaha Racing 423 machine. As Fontanesi, she wasn't going to back out of that one, was she? Down the inside, almost comes to a stop. Picks off Kapsema. Van der Ven up to 8th place now. She's found her way past Francesca Nocera. So the title contenders having to dig deep today in this first race. There's Duncan. She was 12 seconds down on Lynn Volk at the start of the lap. Quicker at the first sector, about the same at sector 2, so not too much time being pulled back. Anyway, this is the story of Duncan's race so far. Watch from the start. She gets a little bit off balance when the front end came up here. Tried to rectify it, nudged into the side of Van der Ven, who got squeezed out by Anderson. The number 1 went down to the deck, picked herself up, but then she's just carved her way through that move there on the number 9 of Virginie Gamond, and then launching uphill over the step, taking 2 riders in one go. Using lines where no one else was prepared to go. Desperate to claw back points. Right, 1:58.1 for Lynn Volk, 1:55.06 for Duncan. Just 8 seconds behind. There's your race leader, 15 seconds, 14.5 seconds clear at the moment. Larissa Papenmeier, absolute perfect start for her. Got a good jump, stayed out of trouble. And at the moment, looking like she's going to be the one to pick up a race win here for the 2nd time this year. But no, she can't afford to switch off or relax. She knows her destiny is in her own hands. Just looking at the split times, sector 1, that's back markers for Papenmeier. Lynn Volk 29.6, Duncan 28.7, so pretty much a second pull back there in sector 1. Duncan on Volk. 29.7 at sector 2. Here's Van der Ven picking off more riders. This time goes around Jamie Astudillo up in a 6th place, Van der Ven. What was her lap time, actually? The number 85. 1:57.1. So the fastest rider on track is the Kiwi. 1:55.06. But it's all about points. And the title chase. It is going to be an epic final showdown. Duncan now up in the second. Lynn Volker's fallen and lost about 10 seconds at sector 3. So Duncan now into a 22-point position. Here she is. So the DRT Kawasaki over the finish line. Yeah, there is Volk in the background. So up into second position then, the number 1. She's got just under 8 minutes plus 2 to go. And she is 20 seconds down, 20.5 seconds down on Papenmeier, 2 seconds a lap quicker. It's going to be a tough ask to close down 20 seconds with 7.5 minutes plus 2 to go. And Borchers getting past here on the pit straight, past Van der Ven. So moves up into 5th place. Where is Fontanesi? She's now up in 8th. She's found her way past Sandra Keller, the number 90. As we are almost 7 laps complete, Larissa Papenmeier, 1:85. Duncan, 1:84. Van der Ven, 1:82. Fontanesi, 1:69. It could not be tighter. 3 points separate the first 3 girls. But it's Papenmeier who has gone from 3rd to 1st. And Van der Ven from 1st to 3rd. Duncan's still there, but she's only 1 point behind the leader now. Dealing with back markers. Here is Nancy Van der Ven. The next girl in her line of sight will be fellow compatriot Shana van der Vlis. She's in 4th place on the KTM. She's about 9 seconds ahead at the start of the lap. Fontanesi, where is she? She's still there in 8th place. She had about 6 seconds to make up on Jamie Astudillo. Sarah Anderson up to 12th. She was another rider that got caught in that second turn. So getting ready to hit the line for the 7th time then. Larissa Papenmeier is up to her pace. She's in the 1:55s along with Courtney Duncan. That gap still 20 seconds between 1st and 2nd. Here is Chiara Fontanesi. She's in 8th place, the number 8. One thing you didn't want to be doing is missing the start. The second thing you don't want to be doing is crashing. Oh, she's up to 7th now, Fontanesi. Not sure what happened to after the second corner, though, because she hit the line 13th. So she managed just to sort of get caught in that second turn, but didn't completely go down. But then she was down in 24th place, somewhere around the first lap. Anyway, the next girl ahead of her, the 1:11 of Van Borchers there in yellow. The German on the Suzuki, she is in 6th position. 4.5 minutes plus 2 to go. Duncan is closing in on Papenmeier, but not enough. 3/10 at sector 1. Half a second at sector 2, about 6 or 8 tenths at sector 3. Here she is, the number 1. Full second in sector 3. Anyway, over the line. So this will be about 18, 19 seconds, the gap possibly between 1st and 2nd. Yeah, 18.5 seconds. 4 minutes to go. Do you just keep pushing, or do you save yourself for the second race? dropping downhill out of turn 6 into turn 7. She's got about 8 seconds on Lindvalk. Then Van der Vlis, Van der Ven 1:57.6. Van der Vlis 59.0, so 1.4 seconds or thereabouts, the gap between those two. It's going to need a big push from Van der Ven to get herself into 4th place at the very least, and a couple more championship points. Larissa Papenmeier goes past the fallen rider there, and Fontanesi down past Borchers at the bottom of the hill. So moves her up into 6th place now. Who is next? Van der Ven. So Van der Ven, a considerable way ahead of the number 8 at the moment. Back marker moves aside, the number 8 coming towards us, the lead rider in shot, Chiara Fontanesi, now up into 6th place. Ten or 12 seconds down on Van der Ven as we go into lap 10. Larissa Papenmeier, a 2-minute lap time that time around. Here is Duncan. Well, is that gap coming down? I think possibly. Let's have a look. As she hits the line this time, 13.8 seconds. So the answer is she's still pushing. 1:56.3 compared to the 2-minute 9 of Larissa Papenmeier. Back markers are going to play their part in this as well. The 36 of Avery Berry moving out of the way there. She's in 24th place. Volk over the line in 3rd, Van der Vlis 4th. Here is Van der Ven in 5th position for Guidinelli Racing Yamaha. 7 seconds behind Van der Vlis. About 2 seconds quicker though, so she could close in on the KTM rider and take a couple of points on the final lap or so. Needs to keep pushing. In fact, if we go wide, there's going uphill in the opposite direction. That is a gap between her and Shana van der Vlist. At the end of the straight, in the right-hander, is Van der Vlist, and she is in 4th place. Here is Van der Ven. One rider at a time now, looking ahead, picking her target. Here's Duncan dealing with traffic. 1:43, Stephanie Stoosdijk. Just outside of the points. Duncan was doubling that this morning, but opting not to this time around. Not sure if it gains you too much time, though. Here's Papenmeier. And 3 to go with 20 seconds on the clock as she hit the line. Is that going to be advantage Van der Ven as she closes in on Van der Vlist? The gap between 1st and 2nd. Ah, Duncan short there. 11.9, so 12 seconds. A 58.1, a 56.2 for the first 2 riders. Here is Lindvalk, 57 last time around, and this time it is a 58.9 for the JK Racing Yamaha rider, Lindvalk, who's looking at a top 3 place for the 2nd time. Ah, bobble there from Shana van der Vlist. There's Van der Ven lurking dangerously. She will be all over the back of the 188 by the end of the race for sure. Just how soon will she be on the back of the KTM rider? Little bobbles like that in the final corner from Shana van der Vlist will not help her course to stay there in 4th position. Papenmeier on 185, Duncan on 184, Van der Ven 182. She will go to 184 if she finds a way past the 188 here of Shana van der Vlist, which means we will have 1 point separating the top 3 going into the final race of the season. All or nothing. Good ride this, though, for Van der Vlist. 7th in the championship, best race finish so far, a 5th at home in Valkenswaard, the Netherlands. That got a 5th overall as well, actually. 5th and a 7th. 5th and a 6th, sorry. But she can't afford to switch off here, can't afford to relax. Van der Vlis at the top of the hill, Van der Ven at the bottom of the hill, closing all the while. Oh, and Papenmeier loses the front end in the final turn. She picks herself up. She only had 12 seconds to play with. And there's Duncan. Duncan's going to jump over the line here and see Papenmeier ahead of her. She lost the front end in the final turn. Oh, talk about putting yourself under pressure. Oh, she hit neutral. She had no drive, was expecting to get on the gas, and just tipped over. Talk about drama, talk about tension. The heart rate will be through the roof now for Papenmeier. Oh, Duncan couldn't get over the double there because of a back marker. Where are the blue flags when you need them? Just over a lap to go. Duncan here on the number one on the DRT Kawasaki has got two back markers between her and the race leader, Papenmeier, and she bobbles again in that left-hand turn. Watch this here, top of your screen, goes into the left-hander, and again, just legging her way through. That's when you wish you were a 6-foot supermodel, if you like. First and second, dropping down the same part of racetrack. 20 minutes plus 2 laps. This race. Larissa Papenmeier has led for all 11 laps at the moment. Duncan found herself on her ear down the start straight. And now we've got back markers once again for the leaders to contend with. Ah, Duncan almost into the rear wheel. But look at it. I don't think I've seen one blue flag yet. Anyway, we start the final lap. Papenmeier and Duncan are locked together. And there is nothing in it between the Yamaha and the Kawasaki rider, who sweeps around the outside. Oh, down the inside and takes the lead. They were 3/10 apart going into the final lap, going over the line. And Papenmeier just lost the front a lap ago. It's not done yet, though. Papenmeier will get her head down. Just looking at 4th and 5th in the race as well, as back markers continue to play their part here. Van der Vlis and Van der Ven 1 second apart as they hit the line. There, split by a back marker. Van der Ven charges down the inside. She needs this 4th place. Where is Fontanesi? She's in 6th position, still waiting for her to hit the line now. Her last time around was a 2:02. Just wondering whether she's saving something for the final race of the season. But this is 4th and 5th. Van der Vlis and Van der Ven. Van der Ven needs these points. They could be crucial. The 2 extra points she's going to get when she finds her way past, if she finds her way past the 188. Oh, back marker tags Van der Ven. That might be game over in terms of picking up 4th place for Van der Ven. Just tagging with that back marker. Here is Duncan. 3 corners from the line. Talk about drama. It's not done yet either. She's got 2 lefts and a right turn. There is Papenmeier, nodding at the crew as she goes by. Into the final corner, Courtney Duncan picked herself up at turn down the start straight, actually, and she wins the race here. She comes from last to first, takes her 5th race win of the season. And talk about drama. Where is, well, Papenmeier 2nd, where's Volk 3rd? Behind, we're looking behind that, Van der Vlis and Van der Ven. They were locked together a moment ago. Where are they now? There's Volk on the line now, just there. 4th and 5th coming into view any moment now, down past pit lane. There's Van der Vlis. I think Van der Ven has gone by, has she? No, she hasn't, because of that tussle with the back marker. So Van der Vlis will hang on to 4th. Van der Ven will take 5th, and we'll do the whole championship thing in a moment, because people watching all over the place will have their minds blown at what they've just seen. Extraordinary race, extraordinary result as well at the end of it all. Here's Chiara Fontanesi. She will cruise over the line in 6th position, but Duncan, with her 5th race win of the season, will be 5 points clear at the top of the championship over Van der Ven, who is tied with Papenmeier. And Fontanesi on 171, so losing valuable ground there, the number 8 that time around. Borchers over the line in 7th. Anderson there right alongside her in 8th. Jamie Astudillo got a fantastic start. She'll finish in 9th place. Equals her best result from race 1 in Europe. But anyway, here's Duncan with Leyland.
Courtney Duncan, I don't know where to start. You're in trouble at the start. You picked yourself up. You went from last to first. It is so close between you girls now, but you are right where you need to be. You're leading the championship standings.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, the start was terrible. Number 85, or I don't even know what number she is, but she moved clean me out, just like, you're not going nowhere. And went down on the start, but thankfully, you know, a couple of the others went down as well. But such a crazy race. Got to thank my team in the pit box. They were keeping me on it, letting me know how I was sitting and stuff like that. But definitely proud of the way that I stayed composed out there in that situation. And but this is far from done. We got one more to go, and you bet you I'm going to fight for it.
Good luck for the final race. Thanks, Courtney.
Somehow Courtney Duncan picks herself up off the start straight, regroups, and as she said, just kept her calm, kept her composure, and didn't stop fighting until the end. And maybe a little bit fortunate that Papenmeier went down in that final turn with a lap to go, but it means all of the girls, all the 4 contenders, made a mistake. Duncan was right there where she needed to be to capitalize on that one from Papenmeier, but 5 race wins now for Duncan. And just 1 race to go. Here's how it finished. Courtney Duncan, your winner from Papenmeier. 2 seconds in the end between those two. Lindvall, fantastic ride for her in 3rd. Van der Vliet 4th. Van der Ven 5th. Fontanesi 6th. And Borchers 7th. Sarah Anderson, also a fantastic ride through the field as well. She got caught in turn 2. She comes home in 8th place. Jamie Astudillo 9, Sandra Keller 10, Frankina Cherry 11, Elena Kapsamer and Malu Jakobsen, Virginie Gaumond, TJ O'Hare 15th, Kim Irmgart, Fiona Hopper, Camille Villot, Elisa Galvano and Alicia Reitzer, your top 20. Take a look at some highlights, shall we? The drama started right here. Yeah, Van der Ven just came across the number 1 of Duncan, but then she went down in turn 2. Did the championship leader. She got tagged, took Anderson with her. Fontanesi tried to tiptoe through the inside. She did manage to come out in 13th. That was Duncan rejoining the race. Frantic action all over the place. Everybody having to pull through. Fontanesi, Van der Ven, Duncan fighting for every championship position. Lindvall eased by the 111 of Van Borchers as Duncan continued to come through. She found a way past Astudillo there to move into 5th place. Meanwhile, Fontanesi down the inside to pick off another position as well. This was late on in the race. 85, Van der Ven down the inside to take over 6th position, and then 5th when she moved down the inside of Van Borchers. Fontanesi past Borchers to move into 6th position. Lindvall hanging on to 3rd place on the JK Racing Yamaha. Larissa Papenmeier was leading by about 15 seconds, and then she hit neutral, tipped over. And when she got going, Duncan was right behind her. And then going into the final lap, Duncan swooped around the outside, took the lead away from the German on the Yamaha. And it was Duncan who went on to win by 2 seconds, but Van der Ven got caught with the back marker here on the final lap. That allowed Van der Vlist to stay in 4th position. Out of the final turn, though, Duncan a winner by 2 seconds over Papenmeier, Volk, Van der Vlist and Van der Ven. Of course, the championship now, Duncan on 187, Van der Ven on 182, tied with Papenmeier, Fontanesi on 171. Take a look at some of the best moments. We will be back at 2:35 local time, so 35 minutes from now for EMX Open Race 2. But if you like what you just saw there, 3:30 WMX Race 2. We'll see you then.